Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today I will be teaching you how to download, set up, and use some of the Sims 3 mods with some recommendations from myself of which to use. This process will of course assume that you are using a Windows operating system. First, go to the website posted on the screen, read the instructions very carefully and very thoroughly, then go to the bottom to click to the next page, then go to the download picture to begin the download, and all web links regarding this process will be posted down below. Also, ensure that you back up your saved game just in case, because anything which could go wrong may just do so. The folders which you should back up, at least as far as I know, are installed worlds, saved outfits, saved sims, and saves. The file location for the mods is not in the program file, but is in C:\users / insert your username here, /documents, /electronic arts, /The Sims 3. I suggest that you have a special folder for your mods to retrieve them much more easily in the event of problems. Make sure, for your own sake, to have a very organized standard of mod placement in your folders and a good tracking standard too. Extract the resource file into file location C:\users / insert username here, /documents, /electronic arts, /The Sims 3, and you will get the mods folder, which has inside the resource file, overrides folder, packages folder, which has inside the no build sparkles mod, which when you enter build mode and build something, there will be no sparkles, and the no intro mod, which removes the intro movie. It is safe to delete these mods if you want, but don't delete the resource file, as it is imperative that the resource file stays where it is, because this process and the mods depend on that and will not work otherwise. Warning: whenever you download any new information to your game, expansion packs, stuff packs, Sims exchange items, or even a patch or update, any new information at all, except for mods of course, you must first have the mods folder removed, add the new information, then restore the mods folder, elsewise you might have problems. There are, as far as I know, two methods to do the deletion and restoration process. One, delete the mods folder and repeat the installation method after installing your update, or two, just delete the mods folder to your recycle bin and then restore them after installing your update. The delete and reinstall method may be best, although the recycle bin method works for me. I use this method only once, mind you. Also, I would restore the mods folder after playing for about a minute in game, after the download. After you download your NRAS mod, extract it into the packages folder, which is in the mods folder. Then after installing your new mods, play your game a bit to ensure that you did things right thus far. And now we go to the NRAS mods. NRAS at said site will give you instructions on how to use the mods, so make sure that you pay attention to them. When you start your game, either at the main menu or when you start your save file, there should be at some point a list or notification that they are in effect. Of course, due to updates, this may have changed. If you have NRAS story progression, you should be prompted to disable the EA story progression for the NRAS one so it can do its thing. Some of the NRAS mods which I use and recommend are as follows. Overwatch is a routine program which removes unused items, particularly vehicles, from the area and turns off unused TVs and radios every day at about 0300 aka 3 a.m. Sims time, and does other things. Don't mess with this. Change its settings, etc. Let it do its thing in the background and all will be well. Error Trapped is a safety mod which catches errors, obviously. Instead of losing sims or having looped music, etc., this mod will simply reset the sim and/or situation to a safe place or to safe circumstances and inform you of such. The Anti-Magic Scroll mod will replace any and all recipe, composition, food, skill, etc. books which would otherwise be destroyed when a sim completes reading them. The Debug Enabler mod adds manual debugging abilities which was intended to correct problems but can also be used to bypass tedious activities. For example, let's say that someone has died and their gravestone/urn still exists and they are a playable ghost. Click a non-active sim, NRAS, debug enabler, options:"sim, make food, single serving, more, ambrosia, and the item will be generated instead of actually going through the tedious process of making the ambrosia yourself. The Pocket Protector mod prevents objects from vanishing from inactive inventories. The Register mod replaces the EA Role Manager with a custom version which corrects several bugs and allows for greater flexibility. The Story Progression mod provides maintenance and quality control for the Sims who are and are not being played regarding individual and en masse factors of your choice. For example, notifications, the pop-ups which inform you of your Sims achievements. Click on your Town Hall in World View, then NRAS, Story Progression, General Options, All Stories, and from here you can pick and choose whose notifications do and whose notifications do not pop up. Curfew, the element which causes police to apprehend young Sims for being out too late. Click on a given Sim, then NRAS, Story Progression, Sim Options, and set your curfew stats here. Romance options, which also include marriage consequence options. Click on a given Sim, NRAS, Story Progression, Sim Options, and then set your romance options and statistics here. And lastly, but certainly not leastly, the Master Control mod provides additional functionality to manage the population of your town and change stats, whether individually or generally. An example of the Master Control mod's functionality is as follows. The Drop Lifetime Reward. For an example, let's say that you have a witch who has the Magical Hands Lifetime Reward died, became a ghost, and has been resurrected, but now their magic does not work without a wand, even though said witch still has the Magical Hands Lifetime Reward. You would click on your active Sim, assuming that Sim is the witch, NRAS, Master Control, Advance, Traits, Drop Reward, and proceed to drop that reward, then re-establish it by buying it again, and voila, your magical hand is in effect once more. Gender Preference. Click on your Sim, NRAS, Master Control, Intermediate, Gender Preference, and set the statistics for the attraction to both male and female. Remove Memories. Click on your Town Hall, NRAS, Master Control, Sim, Intermediate, remove memories, and select the criteria of the intended Sim or Sims. Note that these instructions may no longer be valid because there seems to have been some major changes since I last used this function, and I may be doing something wrong as per the new standards, or it may not work due to the fact that I simply don't have at least one Sim with at least one memory in any of my towns anymore. And lastly, but certainly not leastly, skill control. Click on your sim, NRAS, Master Control, Advanced, Skill Level, then set your sim skill statistics. And there are just so many other things which NRAS has provided for us to make our Sims 3 gaming experience so much easier, more practical, enjoyable, and or otherwise so very much better. I invite you to go to the NRAS website and browse all the wonderful things which this person or team has provided for us. Thank you for your time. Enjoy your modded The Sims 3, and that is all.